Got some big breaking news to bring you out of college football. BYU coach Kalani Sitake is expected to rebuff Penn State and stay with the Cougars. That is the latest from our Chris Hummer and Matt Zinitz. It's another setback for the Nittany Lions, who have just been going through coaching recruits, coaching potential over the weeks now. Obviously, trying to replace James Franklin. Sitake, 83-44 in 10 seasons at BYU. He has the Cougars in the Big 12 championship game for the first time after joining the league in 2023. They're going to take on Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship. Let's bring on our Chris Hummer to the program to discuss. And Chris, you and I were talking about it before we came up. There's been a lot of movement, a lot of conversation happening in the last 24 hours. What more can you tell us about this new development for Penn State?
Well, it's been an interesting 24 hours, I'll tell you that. This time yesterday, Penn State felt like it's had its next head coach in the bag. Kalani Sitake had been offered. All indications were he was likely to leave for Penn State. BYU even scheduled a team meeting for Kalani Sitake to address his team. He was kind of non-committal during all of that, but momentum was in Penn State's favor. And then the BYU boosters rallied to the bell. Like, they stepped up and they convinced Kalani Sitake to stay. I think it came with an increase in NIL promises for the roster. I think it'll probably be a bit of a staff pool increase as well in terms of their commitment to him. And it's a huge win for the Cougars. Kalani Sitake is one of the most successful head coaches in program history. Has the Cougars in the Big 12 championship game for the first time. He's won 22 games over the last 2 years. BYU's rolling in a way we haven't seen in a very long time. And it was important for them to get Kalani Sitake to stay home, and they managed to do it, beating out one of the bluest of blue bloods in the country.
Yeah, it's so weird to think about Penn State having a hard time filling this job, because it seems like on paper this is a job that you would want to have if you're a coach. So take me back to the drawing board here. Where does Penn State go from here?
That's the million-dollar question. Penn State has been striking out left and right, it seems like, in this situation. They've now essentially gotten 5 head coaches, extensions or raises during this process, starting with what feels like months ago in Curt Cignetti at Indiana, getting a raise like within 2 days of Penn State firing James Franklin. And from this point forward, Penn State's going to have to figure something out. They're going to maybe have to swing big at a sitting head coach. Names like Jeff Brom, who I don't expect to leave Louisville, have come up. Brian Daboll has been a part of this search, the former New York Giants head coach. Terry Smith, the interim head coach, has gotten a little bit of momentum in State College. And if you keep missing, like, this is the formula for Penn State to end up with somebody like Terry Smith as head coach. So Pat Kraft is going to have to go to the drawing board. This is a bad sign for Penn State. Like, National Signing Day is tomorrow. Penn State has one of the worst recruiting classes in the country after James Franklin left the program. So they've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and to think this was a team that we thought was going to be playing football right now and competing for a national championship. You mentioned it. A lot of work still left to be done. Chris Hummer bringing us up to speed with the latest when it comes to the coaching carousel. Penn State struggling. Some of these other teams have not struggled. Now, one of 10 teams that are looking for new head coaches. We see some of the vacancies that have already been filled. Going to be an interesting finish with National Signing Day also happening tomorrow.